Hello, hi everyone. It is May from the Cat Host, and today I just wanted to take a few moments to talk to you about Reiki because, of course, I am a Zen yoga teacher. I'm also a meditation teacher. I also do the Tibetan singing bowl massage, the one with the contact method, and the other thing that I do besides, running a women's circle, doing spiritual intuitive card readings, one big part of my work is also Reiki. So I wanted to just put in my 2 cents about Reiki today. So you might be asking, what is Reiki? Well, Reiki, in a very simple form, and my own explanation of what Reiki is that it is the divine energy from all around us, from the universe, or even from a greater creator being, if you like. This divine energy that is like above and beyond. Some call it divine love, some call it the universe, some call it God, some call it, the creator, whatever the label that you wish to use. Basically, is this divine energy. That's what Reiki is. And how does a Reiki treatment actually work? Well, very simple, with hands. So it can be a contact where you actually touch the person, and the Reiki practitioner, like myself, would act like a bit like a channel, if you like. So we transfer the energy from the divine universe into us and through us back out through our hands into whoever we're having a Reiki treatment with. So this can be done through contact, or it can be done through non-contact, where we actually use like hovering just above the body and the different chakras to work with the chakras, so that Reiki can also be sent into the body through this hovering method, which is no contact. So it can be contact or no contact. That's how a natural Reiki session can work. So we can work on the chakras, the main 7 chakras, as well as different parts of the body. And it's basically to bring this universal divine energy into a person's being so that they can actually kick off and start off initiating the process of self-healing. Because each of us have self-healing abilities within our being. It's something inbuilt within us. But sometimes, whatever we're going through or however we're feeling, we might be depleted, tired, this and that we can't actually tap into this self-healing energy, or the self-healing energy is slow moving. So the idea of using Reiki is actually using this divine energy from the universe, bring it into the body, to actually kickstart self-healing or top up the energy of self-healing so that your own being can actually heal yourself. So Reiki itself, this divine energy from the universe, does not actually heal you, but it actually can kick off that self-healing process within you. So that's how it actually works. Interesting, isn't it? And from my experience, I've been doing quite a lot of Reiki, and I must say it's a big part of my work. Besides being a yoga teacher, one of the biggest parts of my work is actually Reiki, where I do one-to-one Reiki for people. Depending on the person, it can be the contact where my hands is actually hands-on, or it can be a hovering where I'm just kind of sending that energy through my hands but not actually touching that being, or it can be actually through distance sending of Reiki as well, which I'm also qualified to do as a Reiki practitioner. So it can be through me actually sending it to wherever in the world to that person, that Reiki healing energy, or even being on a video call and actually doing Reiki there as well. I've done you know, all of these. And, as is a big part of my work, I wanted to talk about it because there is still a lot of people who do not understand Reiki and do not know what Reiki is about. So why do people mainly come to me for Reiki? Well, I've had a little think about this, and I found that, there are several particular reasons that people come to me, especially for Reiki. And I've jotted them down in my little book as well, so I can talk to you about it. So one of the first things is that people who are having trouble dealing with their own emotions, feeling too overwhelmed or not knowing how to actually manage their emotions, having outbursts and things like that, and they don't actually know where they stand in their own emotional self, in their own emotional body and being. And this is also often linked to our spiritual body, our spiritual being as well. So these are situations when Reiki can be very useful. That kind of energy that is brought in from the divine universe helps them manage it better, and that they can start to process those emotions. So that self-healing kicking off is actually the learning of how to process and what needs to be processed first, what is brought up to be dealt with, which is why Reiki is so intelligent and so amazing in itself, because whatever you need, Reiki will give that to you. It's not what you want, but it's what you definitely need in order to actually acquire that self-healing. Reiki will bring it up for you, kick it up so that you can actually deal with it, work with it, and do what you need to with it. So that's why Reiki is pretty amazing. For each person, Reiki will be a completely different experience. But I have found that working with Reiki, that there's one very true thing. No matter how long something has happened, your chakras, they always tell the truth. They do not lie. Whatever trauma, whatever things that you've gone through from this week to actually years ago, it can still be there in your chakras. That's what I find really mesmerizing and amazing about chakras and Reiki in itself. Which brings us to the other thing, which is the second thing that some people come to deal to try and work with Reiki with me, is to actually deal with their past memories or trauma. So those have been through a traumatic childhood, those who want to learn how to actually come to a peaceful term with their traumatic childhood and kind of get that self-healing that they never got throughout their childhood back into place. You come to me to do Reiki as well. So that's one of the things. So to initiate that healing for the past hurts and past traumas and memories. The third thing that people come to me for Reiki is that to deal with negativity. Because funny enough, at any one point we all could have that very critical, angry or sarcastic or nasty voice inside of us that whenever we try to perk up or do something good or tell ourselves that okay, we are worthy, we are confident, and it just goes bam, and it wants to completely cut you out and tell you no, you are not blah blah blah, you are this and often it's often linked to things like karmic patterns as well. Not only in this lifetime where we formed a certain behavioral pattern through whatever we've been through in our lives, it's also we bring with that past life memory, that karmic memory that we bring into this lifetime that also can be at play. So often there's much deeper things to look into to actually initiate that healing of the soul, even to actually not only do the work of this lifetime, but to actually look into the work of your past lifetimes and how to break that pattern and how to make the changes so that you can be truly well and happy again in this lifetime. And then number 4, what do people come to deal with? Pain management is another one that people come to me to deal with. If they've had any kind of physical condition that needs a bit of a boost, anything from, from a broken toe that I've had to actually people who have been dealing with chronic fatigue or ME. So who have come to me to deal with those issues through Reiki have found it useful as well. And then, don't mind my cat. And then, of course, the 5th reason why some people actually come to me is that they want to deal with their life changes, unexpected life changes that cause like a trembling shock through their whole life. So it's almost something really shocking that suddenly happened. It can be anything from relationship to career to job to, actually family. And, the shock is so great that they're still in that state of shock. And if you're all numb, they don't know what to do. It's almost that kind of condition where they feel as though they're a walking zombie, like there's only an outer shell and they don't feel themselves anymore. They've lost complete touch with who they are, how they usually are, or what they're about, or what their life is about. So for these instances, I found that Reiki was very helpful to help them find and rediscover things about themselves, bringing things up for healing, as well as reminding them of things about themselves that in this shock and in this disconnect they've suddenly got back into touch with. So number 6 is that dealing with stress. This is also a very common one, because of course our modern life is filled with lots and lots of stressful situations, no matter it's a job, no matter it's a relationship, it is finance, whatever it is. So trying to deal with the daily stress of life and the demands of life, family, relationship, work, whatever it is, some people just want to relax and they're unable at the end of the day when they return home to just shut off and sleep. Even that simple thing they find challenging. So they come to actually do Reiki with me so that they can actually be able to sleep peacefully through the night and be able to actually start to feel more relaxed and rested. Because of course, besides this Reiki energy, besides being like a top-up of positivity and divine loving energy, it's also very calming in many cases. And it's helped, people to just kind of, let go of thoughts and just like sit back and just relax and rest. So nurturing, even, that's probably the word to use. And then number 7, which is also a popular one, and is to actually to balance the chakras. So as we have 7 different chakras throughout our bodies, and things that happen, or the way we lead our life, the lifestyle we're in, or the choices we make, or the emotions that go through us, and the trauma and the past, and whatever it is that has caused some imbalance to the chakras. So one chakra being too powerful, or one being too weak, or one being too dominant and it's running their lives and so forth. So this is a time when you can come to Reiki and allow Reiki to rebalance all your chakras so that you return to that harmony and peace, so that you feel that you can do this. You feel that you're backing yourself and it's okay. And you feel connected again to all your different chakras, feeling each one of these energy centers working with you rather than against you. So that's what my personal experience of the 7 things that people actually usually come to me for Reiki. And of course, if you read any articles anywhere, or you talk to any other Reiki practitioners, it can be completely different. They might all find that people go to them for Reiki for different things, but these just happen to be some of the more popular things that people come to me to deal to get Reiki for and to deal with. So I hope this video has been informative and useful for you to explain a bit more about Reiki, what it is, and of course, those of you who have been in my Zen Yoga classes will also probably have experienced Reiki as well, because sometimes I do offer at the end where we do Shavasana, the lie down kind of deep meditation. I do offer that if anyone wants Reiki, then I can offer them Reiki as well during that Shavasana period. And yeah, so you might have already had a bit of an inkling of what it's about, but this is a bit more in depth. Have a lovely, lovely day, and I hope this has been useful. Take good care, everyone, and namaste.